Yo, Indigo Explores episode 10. Are you ready for the global shift? That massive event which is round the corner, which is absolutely going to transform everything. So it's Wednesday the 22nd of May, almost halfway through the year or halfway through the year. And are you sensing everything is transforming? And it's happening very subtly and also very fast. On the surface level, you look around and all the muggles, they're just getting on with life, planning their holiday this summer, planning their holiday next year. But on the underbelly, for the people that are aware, for the people looking and seeing all the omens that are happening daily, something fucking massive is around the corner. Now, when I say something massive, I'm talking about some kind of global event. I've gone back and forth to what I think it could be. Maybe it's an immigrant invasion. Hundreds of men are pouring into the UK through Dover. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of men. I was at work yesterday, working on the site, and a black guy came up to me on a bike, and he said to me, "Excuse me, brother," and he could hardly speak English. And he said, "Do you have any work? Cash, cash, cash." And I said, "Nah, bro. To be honest, they're letting people go off the site right now." But I spoke to him. I said, "You have a strong accent. Where are you from?" He said, "I'm from Africa, Sudan." He said, "There's some kind of war going on there, or some kind of problem that he's left there." And he said he came on a ship through Dover. Wild. Painful to know the suffering that's happening. Also painful to know that the cabal would use that, weaponize it, and bring in soldiers to bring about an Islamic state to the entire world, which sounds dramatic, which can sound quite racist. If I was a football hooligan white guy in my 60s, saying this would sound racist. It would sound like I'm trying to defend British culture and white is right. But I'm a mixed heritage young man, and I'm here to say, as a Buddhist and who loves Muslim people and all of humanity, there is an agenda to weaponize the Islamic religion, use it as a false flag to bring about civil invasion. They're predicting this is going to happen around the Olympics, potentially. Quite a satanic Olympics this time as well, happening in Paris, happening on water, the opening ceremony. If you know about the opening ceremony of 2012, you know that it was a very symbolic time. Very, very symbolic event, which was a ritual. So yeah, that's one of my first predictions of the global event, which will change everything. Some kind of mass synchronized attack all at once, where hundreds of soldiers that have left war-torn countries with a mission to destroy the West and bring about Islamic qualities and beliefs. And yeah, that could happen. Number two, some kind of CME, coronal mass injection, some kind of solar flare. We're coming up now. It's the 22nd of May. It was around the 11th of May that the first one happened, when the aurora borealis in the skies happened everywhere. Whether that was natural, whether that's got something to do with HARP and their weaponized weather control, we'll never know. But that sunspot, which created the explosion, it's rotating around the sun apparently, and it's not facing us at the moment. But in about a week's time, it comes back around, and they're saying that there's a chance for it to be even more explosive, even more powerful, and even more damaging to the national grid, to our satellites, to our electricity, to our communications, and our sat-navs. If this was to happen, either on an isolated incident or on a global incident, even if there was a global blackout for an hour, nothing would ever be the same again. We would realize the fragility of the society that we live in. Right now, I'm just walking through Kent. Everything's fine, and there's nothing stopping me. There's a lot of things stopping me from going over there and raping that woman. There's a lot of things stopping a random racist person coming out of this coral betting shop and taking out all of his anger on me. There's a lot of things stopping that. Morals, police, ambulance, fire, and a false sense of equality that's around us. When shit hits the fan, when you can't call police, when there is panic, when food is suddenly going to be short because shops aren't opening, when ATMs won't let your money out, in a matter of minutes, this false sense of security and this safety that we all feel around us changes in a heartbeat. What is stopping me running into that house with a zombie knife and attacking everyone in there? Right now, police. Right now, a false sense of morality and safety that's around us. But if he was in Israel on October the 7th, at that festival, when suddenly Muslim men flew in with paragliders, AK-47, and started shooting everyone, what happened to their security? What happened to their morals? What happened to the police? In a heartbeat, a situation can happen which makes you realize how vulnerable you are and we are. So, that's my predictions. In other news, in the last 24 hours, it's made global news. There was a aeroplane that experienced apparently some severe turbulence, and one person has died from a heart attack, and I think 30 plus people have been now injured. Now, what do I think about this? I think whether it's a genuine thing or not, it's another part of the scripted play that they're showing us. Again, if I was to do the gematria on the name of the person that died, which got released this morning, and on the date, and on the Boeing 737 or whatever it is, I'm sure we would realize the amount of scriptedness that's happening here. Another distraction. Like I said, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I personally do not trust nothing in the news. Nothing in the news anymore. And I believe it's all part of some kind of ritual or some kind of major distraction and another totalitarian tiptoe step towards bringing about Agenda 21, Agenda 30, New World Order. So yeah, I'm on my way to work. Stay grounded. Stay hopeful. If you're lonely, or if you recognize that there's not many people that you're able to just dialogue with and be your absolutely natural self, just keep being authentic, and then people will arrive. The universe, God, Allah, Jah, will send you the people that you need to hold you up and remind you of who you are and what your mission is. Right now is a very difficult time to navigate. It's a heavy time. The astrology as well. I know there's a lot of Taurus energy. Earth. This is a time where if there's anything stagnant coming up, if there's anything that needs to shift, the rug's going to be pulled out from under your feet right now. Things will just shift very fast. It's almost like for the people like me and you, because I know you're resonating like me, we don't even have a choice whether we want to evolve anymore or we want to stay stagnant and stoned, or however the universe will put us in positions where we are forced now to reveal our Buddhahood, reveal our best potential, raise the frequency, and do what we know that we need to be, and do what we know needs to be done. We must act upon the little voice in our heart and in our head, which is telling us to be better, to let something go, to have the courage to stand in your light. Release what needs to be released. Hold on to what needs to be held on. And just cherish every single day of your life. So, morning, brother.
Good morning, bro.
Say hello to at least 3 people today that you don't know. Spread some joy, spread some love, spread some happiness. And recognize that everything's happening for you, not to you. You're not a victim. Empower your blood clot self and recognize you're not a victim. These situations in your life that you're finding difficult are happening for you. Everything's happening for you so that you can reveal your potential, so that you can peel off a layer of the onion, so that you can step into your Buddhahood even more. Recognize that there's a lot of poison in your life right now, surfacing. And as difficult as it is, honor it, recognize it, pray through it, don't deny it, and your higher self will know that there's poison surfacing, these difficult situations, these arguments, these same patterns and things that are triggering you, weakness, non-disciplined energy, whatever it is. And these are the things I'm feeling within myself. It's coming up and it's being highlighted now really loud, as if there was a God sitting on there on a cloud with a torch, pointing that torch on you. And anything, any shadow that no longer serves you is going to surface, because we have to be ready for the coronal mass injections. We have to be ready for the potential Islamic invasion, which is happening, predicted by Nostradamus, by the way. That's when I really started to recognize that my feelings that there was going to be an invasion from the Middle East into Europe, using the beautiful Quran, the beautiful religion of Islam, to hide their real agenda. When I started to really listen to Dolores Cannon, who channeled who she believed. Well, she wouldn't say it was channeling. She just joined him at that timeline, she says. And she worked with Nostradamus, and he really revealed a lot of his truths. That's when I started to really realize we have entered the turbulent time, and the New Age spiritual society and a community will have us realizing that this is the age of Aquarius. This is all beautiful. This is a time to be in love and joy, and to trust the plan, and to just really be hopeful. And as much as I agree with all of that, for me personally, and I pray that I'm wrong, but for me personally, I sense a lot of darkness about to surface. I don't believe there's going to be kind of like a solar flare and everyone's going to be suddenly happy and light. I think we're on the road to that. But before that can happen, people need to alchemize their own racism, their own hatred, their own denial, their own sexual abuse. All of these things need to come to the surface on the microcosm and on the macrocosm, within the self and within the universe, within ourselves and within our environment, within ourselves and within our governments. So are we prepared? Are we walking with the armor of God around us? Walking with our head and our chins held high, knowing who we are, knowing that we've been chosen for this time, for this mission? And are we ready? Are we ready to be hopeful and light and beautiful and spiritual? But also, are we ready to also be physically warriors as well as spiritual warriors? Last night, I did a yoga and Muay Thai lesson with one of my guys from work. And I was in the cab, and the cabman was driving me, and I was telling him about my predictions about the Islamic conflict and the takeover, because I live in Kent, so I'm seeing it more and more, people coming in through Dover. And I said to him, well, brother, if you want to realize how serious I'm taking this, you're dropping me off to a Muay Thai lesson right now. And I go to Muay Thai, and I've started Muay Thai. It's my 4th lesson, simply because I realized I need to have in my muscle memory some blocks, some defense, and some attacks. Throat, eyes, balls, chest, areas which are vulnerable. I need to know how to attack that so that I can get away, so I can defend myself, defend who I'm with. Because I realized it's been a very long time since I've been in a tussle, and my body went into slight shock the very first Muay Thai lesson I had. So I am doing what I can to physically prepare myself to become the warrior that I need to be. I am doing all I can to spiritually prepare myself to be as strong as I can be and disciplined as I can be. And I'm also doing everything I can to mentally prepare myself to be as sharp as I can be, to bring out my intellect, to bring out about my intuition. Because more than ever, we need to be walking in the light and power of God, or as I would say is a Buddhist and mystic law. Stay connected, say wagwan to a homeless person, like and subscribe this if it's helpful in the slightest. Please DM me, let me know what you're feeling, what you're thinking about the world, about what I've said. And just know that I love you.